Welcome back to my channel, guys. I know it's been a while since we made a car video, so today I decided to make a ownership update video of my C8 Corvette convertible. So for some of y'all that are new to the channel, I just want to level set things here with my car. So I just purchased the C8 HTC convertible around February of 2022. Right now, as we're making the video, it's September 2023. So that's about a year and a half. And the price was $110,000. And as you might already know, during the COVID, the car prices went crazy. So I had to pay 10 over sticker. The original MSRP was close to $95,000. So the mileage when I purchased the car was close to 2,000 miles. Now it's close to 14,000 miles. So I've driven close to 12,000 miles in about a year and a half. So with all that said, let's get to the video. So the first thing I want to talk about is the wow factor. When I purchase a car, the first thing is how it makes me feel, the experience, all that, right? To me, that's number one. I don't know about y'all, but that to me is number one. And this car has been in the market for close to now 3 years, and it still gets the eyeballs. I don't know, maybe it looks closer to like a Ferrari, the bright red, whatever, right? When I drive, I still get a lot of eyeballs and people giving compliments on the road when it's parked and all that. So if you're trying to buy a C8, get a bright colored C8. I don't know about the lighter colors, but if you are purchasing a C8 and if you go with the brighter color, I promise you, you will get a lot of looks, a lot of eyeballs, and a lot of compliments. If that's not something that you don't like, then stay away from the brighter colors. The second thing I want to talk about is the issues that I had with my C8 Corvette for the last year and a half. So when I think about the issues, right, there's only one issue that I encountered, and that was with the HTC convertible. So for whatever reason, when I pressed the convertible button, the top wouldn't go up or down, but it showed me an error message. And when I took it to the dealership, because it's in warranty, so the service was free, looks like one of the wires got burned or something, so they had to replace that wire. And after that, everything was good to go. But other than that, this car has been problem-free for the last year and a half. I know I'm in a lot of C8 forums and Facebook pages. I know there's a lot of people who unfortunately had issues with their C8 or newer C8 right from the get-go. But for me, it has been amazing. No issues. I know with any car manufacturer, there's going to be an issue here and there, but I think for the overall, for the amount of cars they've been producing, GM, there's not a lot of issues with the C8 Corvette in particular compared to any other generation or other manufacturers, to be honest with you. That's just my perspective. So now let's talk about the practicality, right? So for me, my C8 is my daily. I drive close to maybe like 4 or 5 miles a day, roughly. And this has been a fantastic daily driver. No issues, right? So it has the front and the back trunk. So a lot of storage option for you to store whatever you got to. Let me open that for you guys. And let's see the front trunk. So anytime I have to go get groceries or anything that I got to pick up from Home Depot or anything, right, I can run in this one without having to take my other car. And that is very practical. So excellent daily driver. If you're considering it for your daily, you're not going to have any issues or needing a bigger SUV for anything. So now let's talk about the maintenance cost, right? So I'm sure y'all want to know what does it cost per year to maintain a car of this caliber, right? So from a maintenance standpoint, most of the warranty work or any repair is covered under the manufacturer warranty. After that, I plan to get the extended warranty, but for now, I'm good on that aspect. Other than that, and regular oil change cost close to like $140. And other than that, I just had one other issue with my aftermarket spoiler. If y'all can see this one. This was kind of has rivets and double stick tape. So it kind of came out. I don't know if y'all can see it proper, but so I had to take it to the shop to get that fixed. It is hot here, that's why I'm sweating like a donut, but I'm doing this for y'all, man. So hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. But going back to the video, from a maintenance standpoint, $150 a year oil change, no other maintenance. Any repair was taken care of by the warranty. Compared to any other supercar or any car that cost over $100,000, I think the value that you get out of it for this one and the maintenance cost is a bargain. So the next thing I want to talk about is the value of my C8 Corvette. I'd like to make purchases that retain most of its value or appreciate, but when it comes to car, that's not going to be possible for most of the cars out there. So does it retain most of its value? That's what I'm looking at. So when it comes to C8, as y'all know, I bought it for $110,000. As of today, the KBB valuation for this car is $87,000. So if I could do private sale, those type of things, I can get $87,000 or close to it, right? That's not bad. Every car is going to have its own depreciation to a degree, but for it to retain from 95 to 87 is amazing in my opinion, and you're not going to see that in a McLaren or a Lambo or a Ferrari, where the MSRP to drop after a year is crazy. And part of the reason why I feel that the car retained most of its value is because of the federal rate and their mess that they've been creating, right? They jacked up all the interest rates, so people are not in the market to buy cars as they usually do. So there's low volume of people trading cars, and hence the car is retaining more value. That's just my theory, but we'll find out next year how it is. And the next thing I want to talk about is the convenience of service. So compare this mid-engine car to another mid-engine car like a McLaren or a Ferrari or a Lambo. I'm in Houston, so I got lucked out. I do have good dealerships for those manufacturers, but there's not plenty like how it is for the C8. I can take it to most of the General Motors service centers, and since it's under warranty, they for the most part have C8 technicians who can look into the cars if there's any repairs or anything. So the convenience factor is a big W. So the last thing I want to talk about is things that I like about the Corvette that I want to continue in my next car. And I got exposed to this in my C8, not in my previous cars, but I love it so much that I will make sure I get the same features in my next car. So let's begin, right? So the first thing is the convertible. I never thought that I'd love convertible as much as I am today before I get the C8. The convenience of it, when you click on it from one hand and then 16 seconds, you have a open top experience. That to me is amazing. So I will have to get a convertible next time. Can't go to a coupe. Engine, whether I can see it or not, don't matter. I need a convertible open top, right? So that's just my opinion. Second thing is the naturally aspirated engine. I cannot get a McLaren 570S or 570 GT because of the engine size, and it's not a naturally aspirated engine, so it's not going to make the same sound. And after getting the C8, I have to get a Lambo, or like it has to be a naturally aspirated engine if I were to upgrade, right? So that's just my opinion. I never thought of it like that before, but after driving the C8 and the mid-engine experience and the sound of the exhaust that you hear, it's just amazing when it's closer to your ears. And because of that reason, I will have to stick with the naturally aspirated engine. No more electric cars, none of that garbage, and no more small cylinder engine. That's just my opinion. So Planet people, please don't come at me. It's just my opinion. It's just one person's opinion. On the other hand, one thing I would like to try that I don't have here is the leather seats. Right now I have the Alcantara seats and the Alcantara steering. So I would like to see how the leather seats make you feel. Is it more comfortable compared to the Alcantara? That's something I'd like to explore. So the last thing I want to talk about is the future of my C8 and what's in store for me. If you have not seen the other video that I made about the C8 Z06 and why I won't get it, I'll put the link in the description, but I am not getting a C8 Z06. I'd like to own this car for 1 or 2 more years until I meet my other goals that I have. Delayed gratification. So I'm going to meet a couple of my goals before I trade up in cars. That's what I told myself, and that's what I'm going to do. So once I complete those goals, I'd like to get a Lamborghini. Lamborghini because it's a naturally aspirated engine, it's low, and as a child I wanted a Lamborghini, and that was my poster car, toy car, whatever you want to call it, right? That's has always been my dream, and I am going to get that. So that's going to be my future. Not near term, but eventually I will get there. But all that said, my experience with the C8 has been phenomenal. And if anybody is in the market, on the fence, if they want to buy a C8 or not, go for it. You get the most bang for the buck in this car segment. Nothing but positive things for what GM have achieved, have accomplished. So go for it. With all that said, man, that's my experience or ownership update for today about my C8. With that said, I'm out, and I will see y'all on the next one.